Join me as I dive deep into the world of BRICS and challenge myself to uncover if it can really make us rich by 2025. BRICS is an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Represents a coalition of emerging economies that have been steadily gaining ground in the global economy. These countries, with their vast resources, large populations, and the growing middle classes, are changing the dynamics of international trade, financing, as well as politics. One common misconception about BRICS is that they're a single, but the truth is each country has a unique strength, weakness, and challenges. Brazil, for instance, is a leader in agriculture and natural resources, while Russia is a major player in energy. India is a hub for IT and pharmaceutical. China is a manufacturing powerhouse, and South Africa is rich with precious metals and minerals. Another misconception is that the BRICS are only about low cost labor or cheap commodities. While it's true that they offer competitive labor costs and are abundance of natural resources, these countries are also investing heavily cutting edge technologies, innovation, and infrastructure. They're not just about cheap labor, they're about top notch skills, entrepreneurs, and growth. Many investors are skeptical about investing in BRICS due to the concerns about governance, corporation, and regulation hurdles. And doing this business in these countries can be complex and challenging. But it's also true that these nations are making significant strides in reforming their economies, improving their investment environment, and cracking down on corruption. It's also worth noting that the BRICS aren't just about individual countries, they're also about regional integration, trade agreements, and cooperation. The BRICS nations are working together to create a more multipolar world where emerging economies have a greater say in global governance. This cooperation can lead to new investments, opportunities, economic growth, and job creation. As we move forward, several economic indicators and trends suggest that the BRICS could be a lucrative investment opportunity by 2025. For instance, the IMF predicts that the BRICS will account for over 40% of the global GDP, the growth by 2025, driven by domestic consumption, infrastructure development, and innovation. Additionally, many BRICS nations are investing heavily in renewable energy, e-commerce, and fintech, which are expected to be high growth sectors in the coming years. In India, for example, the government's initiatives to promote digital payments, e-commerce, and startups have led to a boom in the fintech sector. Similarly, China Belt and Road Initiative is driving massive investment in infrastructure, energy, and transportation. Brazil, meanwhile, is witnessing a surge in renewable energy investments, particularly in solar and wind power. In Russia, the government is promoting investment in the Arctic region, which is rich in resources, including oil, gas, and minerals. And in South Africa, there is a growing focus on innovation and entrepreneurship, particularly in the tech sector. These are just a few examples of many investment opportunities available in the BRICS nations. Let's take an example of Alibaba, the Chinese e-commerce giant. Back in 2014, Alibaba went public in the largest IPO in history, raising $25 billion. Today, Alibaba is one of the largest, most successful companies in the world, with a market capitalization of $500 billion. If you had invested $10,000 in Alibaba IP back in 2014, your investment would be worth $100,000 today. Or take example of India IT giant Infosys. In the early 2000s, Infosys was a small company with market capitalization of such a few $100 million. Today, Infosys is a global leader in IT with market capitalization of over $50 billion. And if you had invested $10,000 back in 2003, your investment would be worth $500,000 today. These examples illustrate the potential of wealth growth through the investment in BRICS nations. Of course, there are risks involved, and investors need to do their due diligence and diversify their portfolios. But for those who are willing to take a long term view, the opportunities are enormous. BRICS present a compelling investment opportunity for those who are willing to look beyond the headlines and take a closer look. While there are challenges and risks involved, the potential for wealth creation is vast. So, can BRICS really make us rich by 2025? The answer is yes, but it requires careful research, due diligence, and willingness to take a long term view. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on BRICS in the comments below. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more content on investment strategies and wealth creation.